Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to talk about why I changed tool belts and some of the reasons I didn't like my old one and why I chose the one I ended up going with. So I haven't changed tool belts in probably 15 to 20 years. I'm not even sure when the last time. And for a long time I just didn't like. I stopped wearing a tool belt for a couple of reasons. I didn't like the way it fit. It was just didn't work for me in many ways. I didn't like how it got on and off, and just the storage wasn't where I wanted it. So just stopped wearing it. And then what ended up happening is I've gotten into a really bad habit of just setting something, working and setting something down, not being able to find it. Um, Huge problem. It doesn't make it for a very efficient workflow. So I've been trying to change that over the years in different ways that I've done my work, is just trying to look at ways. Uh, so I decided to look at the tool belt and see if I could do something different. So the one I have is kind of a standard old tool belt. Um, this was made by Custom Leathercraft. So it is got a belt with a big Velcro top on it, or you put the Velcro together, and then it's got the eyelets in here. So you don't have a lot. I mean, unfortunately, you don't have a lot of incremental adjustments on this, so it's hard to do that. And then I end up adding suspenders because it didn't hang on my hip well. Um, and it's just a series of big pockets that with no dividers, and it had the on the back here is where the tape measure was to go. Didn't like that. I don't like reaching back behind there and doing that. Um, so I just got kind of frustrated over the years and just stopped wearing it. So it affects my work on how I do things. So I started looking around and looked at a couple of different ones and kind of honed in on a Diamondback tool belt. I ordered out one with their standard belt, one of their kits that they have put together, and had it for a little while. And I ended up putting not their suspenders, but another pair of suspenders on there, and still kind of the same problems. Is I have, I'm not a young guy anymore, and a little bit bigger around the belly than I should be. So it doesn't lay on, just didn't lay on well. So my shoulders hurt, my hip started to hurt. So in looking into their website a little bit more and some of their videos and kind of how they just talked about doing things, I ended up deciding to try their vest. So I went ahead and ordered that. I've been wearing it for a little while now, and really happy with that. So, so this thrown on, and I'll zoom in on the pockets, but it is. I really like it in many ways. I've got the little clips on the side here. I've got a couple of things to go on here for my cell phone. Let's zoom down here a little bit and see if we can. So on the belt right now, a couple of things I really like is on this side, I've got my, normally I've got my tape measure here. That's sitting in here. And then in this bottom pocket, I got a series of, I get these long impact drivers. So I've got some square drives, I've got some Phillips, I've got some T25s, and that's going to carry most of whatever I need. I use the impact quite a bit. Got my tape measure, a marker, and then I've got some snips and a few other things in here. One of the things I really like is this sling style holder for the hammer. It doesn't bang around. Before I'd bang around, I'd hit things, it would kind of get tripped on things. This, I pull it in, pull it out, it's really easy. My tape measure is right there, knife is right there, and then just kind of some of the various tools. So that worked out, that worked out really well for me. and just being a little bit more organized. And then the other side, on this bottom one, I usually keep all my nails, and then I use these GRKs, a lot of these GRKs, and then also I've got, that doesn't belong in there, a place that I know where my speed square is, and then I've got my down in here, if I can get it out now, it's stuck in there, my chalk line. So that loads up really nicely. So there's a couple things I've added that didn't come with this particular setup. Like I said earlier, I ordered out the belt, and I believe it's I'll have to look up. I'll put the links of when these are actually. I just don't remember. They've got a bunch of like Artisan different names on. I don't remember what they are. But it's got basically what I ordered. I ordered out the belt with the bag setup is one of the kits that they sell. Ordered that out. I wore the belt and suspenders, or their belt and another set of suspenders for a period of time, and just because of age, my shoulders started hurting, my hips started hurting. Similarly, I did with my other belt. I'm like, well, let's look into this vest system. Wasn't really excited about it to begin with, but then they've got actually a really nice. It's a 30-day return policy. You've got to pay shipping. If you do an exchange, then you don't have to pay shipping. But real simple and easy, good to work with either through their website or calling them directly. They're a good company to work with. So got my bags all loaded up. So there's a couple other things that I end up doing. Is I ordered out this little magnet that comes on here. Let's see if we can zoom down on that. So it's a little magnet clip. So if I've got something, probably won't hold this. Doesn't hold it. It's not going to hold it well, but it's a strong enough magnet. I mean, that's a pair of full size little line pliers. But if I've got some small screws, or possibly I've got some nut drivers that I'm working with, I just want to throw those up there while I'm working. It's just a little magnet clip that goes on these little hooks. There's 4 hooks on the front here. Then the other thing I did is I went down and found this little pouch, so my cell phone can go on that. It can't go in here right now because it's in front of me filming. So I did that. One of the other things, and in my work, I've got into the old habit of just setting things down, which is a horrible habit to get into. So I've been trying to break out of that habit. But I went on Amazon and got one of these little stringy deals, like you might have a little kid. But this has been really nice. So it's long enough that I can, come out here quite a ways. I can mark it up, and I know exactly where that is every time. But because in the past, what would happen is I'd mark something and then I'd inadvertently set it down because over the years I just got used to not having a belt. So everything just got set down. So I'm working on that process of getting back into, keeping stuff organized on the belt, wearing it all the time. And so one of the things that is that this vest is definitely warmer. We've been working at this time of year. It's still a little bit cooler out, but if I'm inside, I really got to watch. I wear a pretty heavy sweatshirt generally, and I can get warm pretty quickly with that. Is really the one downside with this thing. The positive is I can wear this belt all day long, and my shoulders don't hurt, my hips don't hurt. I can load up my tool belt and all day long and go. And with age, it just gets harder and harder to kind of work through those aches and pains as over the years. So, all All right, so I think we're gonna wrap that up here. I'm pretty happy with the new Diamondback tool belt and the 701 vest that they have, and then the 2 pouches that I have it, and then some of the accessories. So looking forward to that. Trying to get better organized in my workflow and staying on track. Just makes for a better job and a better end product at the end of the day. So, and being more efficient. So hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. I know I talked about a CNC coming up, and it is in the country somewhere. Last time I heard, it was about 100 miles from a fulfillment center, and they couldn't get me any more answer than that. And then it goes to the fulfillment center, and then it gets transferred over and put on a truck and shows up here at some point. So hopefully in a week or so, maybe, we'll see that. I'm looking forward to a bunch of projects with that moving forward. So until next time, have a great one. Bye.